My name is Nekme Obasogie. The topic I'm going to address today is very, very important. It's something that people don't normally discuss about in the history of Benin. I read the history from this book. Like what I said before, I brought some books from Nigeria last year when I visited Benin. So, the topic of today is going to be based on why a female cannot become the Oba of Benin. However, Princess Ideleyo almost became the Oba of Benin in the 15th century. Something happened that motivated the Benin people to implement a law to restrict female from becoming the Oba of Benin. According to history, the Benin Kingdom has spanned two dynasties, the Ogiso dynasty and the current Oba dynasty. Some Benin historians asserted that there were two female Ogisos during the Ogiso dynasty. However, we have never had any female as the Oba of Benin during this current Oba dynasty. Something happened. Princess Ideleyo was the daughter of Oba Ewari Ogirigan I. We all know the history of Oba Ewari I. He was a conqueror.
Ewari means peace has returned. Ogidigan, the great. The great. Ukposisi na mudagbe, one that no man can dare. Ogudugu ni yebo, omwesowe kuye. So all these appellations, he even got an appellation of Ikmiabokburu Nogboduma. He is known for the fact that Whitlow entered his hand, one of his fingers. That instead of feeling this pain every night, he cut off the finger. He cut off the finger. How can Whitlow, a little Whitlow, be threatening him? Ogidigan, Ukposisi na mudagbe, Ebonoyerenhue, Ogidigan. No. He cut it off.
The Benin people regard Ewari I and his regime as the yardstick to measure all other Obas of Benin, both in prestige and in achievement. They normally use this popular quote in Benin that says, Egbe Wari Agiobase, Oba Ewari I was a conqueror. He conquered 201 villages and expanded the kingdom into an empire. He made many proclamations that are still existing in Benin till date. However, his regime was also marked with some tragedies. Some of his children died mysteriously. We all know the history of his two sons who passed away the same day.
Yes, Oba Ewari I, he lost two of his sons the same day. He wept so profusely. When he returned, a decree was passed across that in the space of 3 years, every Benin man, woman, boy, girl should mourn the sad loss of his sons. Number two, in 3 years, nobody should brush his or her teeth. In 3 years, nobody should take his or her bath. In 3 years, no man, no woman, no husband and wife should have any sexual intercourse with a spouse.
That is the toughest one.
And then, are you kodolo, dolo? You don't, everything must be on the standstill. You don't wash anything. You know, let me put it to us that cost the Benin Kingdom a lesson. It taught us a lesson. The follow-up to that was a resultant migration that led to depopulation. Today in history, the Benin Kingdom is very wealthy, it's very rich, it stands taller than any other empire in the world. But in reality, we have been pushed up to the corner of being called minority tribe in Nigeria when we were supposed to be majority tribe.
The proclamation led to the depopulation of the Benin people. Many Benin people migrated out of the kingdom during that period. During the proclamation, there was an old man who visited the Oba in the palace. He urged the Oba to marry another younger wife, and maybe he will start having other children again, because the whole kingdom was engulfed with confusion. Oba Ewari was afraid that he's not going to have a successor, because in Benin, It is only a prince that can become an Oba. The Benin people are operating the primogeniture system of monarch, whereby the heir apparent to the throne is the first male child of a sitting Oba. Given that the Oba two sons passed away the same day, the Oba was afraid that he's not going to have a successor. How come such a great Oba will not have a successor?
The Enogie, today that is called Ogiekai, was a friend of the Oba. Oviomba no Gobesi, that's what he was. He thought that the Oba needed a young girl who could still give him male children. Then he gave the Oba his eldest daughter, Ubi. Ubi became a notorious nuisance in the harem, and so she was sent back. But Ogiekai, at this time, had been compensated with a Nogie title.
Oh, because of that.
Because of giving his daughter to Oba Ewai. He was now afraid what would become of him. So instead of becoming an Ogioba, enemy of the Oba, he decided to give his second daughter, Ewe, to replace the first that has been chasing out. So Ewe got to the palace. A good girl who brought smile to the face of the Oba. The queen, Ewe, brought peace, progress again to Benin. Even after the younger sister, Oyoyo, came to join her in the palace. It was peaceful.
Oba Ewari the first married 3 wives, 3 daughters from one family, from Ogeka. Luckily for the Oba, he had other 3 male children. When Oba Ewari joined his ancestors in 1473, his first surviving son, Ezoti, was installed as the Oba of Benin in accordance to the law of primogeniture. However, something happened during the coronation. The last day of the ceremony, a boy purposely threw an arrow at the forehead of Oba Ezoti. His forehead was bleeding. One of the physicians in the site quickly tied up his forehead so that they would finish the ceremony. Oba Ezoti, short-lived, he joined his ancestors 14 days after the coronation. He suffered severely from the injury he sustained from the arrow. He passed away. 14 days. He survived the throne for only 14 days. And the Obaship went to the next surviving son, Okpame. At this period, the Benin people have already banished Okpame from the kingdom because he was exhibiting a kind of a deviant behavior. They banished him away. So he was living in a little bit of asket of Benin. Instead of going to Okpame, they went to his youngest surviving son, Olua. Olua rejected the offer because he was afraid that his elderly brother will attack him for usurping the throne. Because if you look at the law of primogeniture, Okpame was supposed to be installed as the Oba of Benin. So Olua rejected the offer. He was afraid, given that Okpame is still alive. The Ekaneloe, the Uzama, the kingmakers, they made a law to install his daughter, Princess Ideleyo, as the Oba of Benin. The coronation went smoothly. However, the last day of the ceremony, something unusual happened. She was experiencing her menstruation. That is when they stopped the ceremony immediately. Because in Benin, when a woman is experiencing her menstruation, she's not allowed to cook for her husband. She's not allowed to treat any of the deities in the kingdom. Even her own personal deity, she's not allowed to treat it. So they stopped the ceremony immediately, hoping that the menstruation is going to last for a few days. She menstruated for years. That is when the Benin people made a proclamation to restrict female from becoming the Oba of Benin. The Benin Kingdom is deeply suffused with a male ethos. Such female attributes is unacceptable because it might hinder the development of the deities. They want the Oba that can always treat the deity any time of the year. Benin people went back to Olua again and begged him profusely to come and take the mantle of leadership. He later accepted the leadership, where he ruled the Benin Kingdom between 1473 to 1480 before he joined his ancestors. Hopefully, preference will be given to females to become the Oba of Benin. One Oba can just come tomorrow and flip things around in the kingdom, like what Oba Esige did when he reformed the system, the tradition of burying the mother of the crown prince with the Oba. He reformed the system during his reign as the Oba of Benin. Maybe one Oba will come tomorrow and just change the policy again, so that female power or females will strive in the kingdom. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. If there is any question, anything, just leave your comment in the comment area. Thank you guys and bye for now.